Uh, Good afternoon. How are you all? Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
So we have discussed in last class Article 7.1 of Chapter 7, and today I will discuss 7.2. And today we'll finish the syllabus. And from next week, Bhatta sir will take revision classes. Okay, so this is the last class with me. And in exams, as I was informed that you have MCQ exams, right? So you will not need to remember proofs of theorems. So today I will not do proofs of any theorem. Just I will tell you the result and we will solve questions based on that. So you should just uh, understand definition and then understand the statement of proposition or theorem. So you apply it to the questions. So okay, let's solve few questions from 7.1 exercise. Then I will start 7.2. So I will solve question. Okay, so let's write first question. Uh, 7.1.1. For each of the graph G, so for each of the graph G below, compute chi dash G means age chromatic number or chromatic index and draw line graph, so L of G. Okay, so part A, the graph is okay. So this is a graph for part A. So you have vertex 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So two things you have to find. Chi dash G is chromatic number. So you have to label the edges of the graph. And what is the line graph? So you have to find line graph also. So okay. So do you want to try? So please try and tell me what is the edge chromatic number. So you have to label the edges and find the minimum number of colors required, such that two incident edges will receive different colors.
Chromatic 4.
Okay, four. So like we can start here. So color one, you assume this, and you have to take here color two, and here I have to take color three. Then we can take.
So chromatic number 5 or 4.
5 or 4? What do you say? 5?
I think 5.
Okay, let me check. So white, you can color this, or red you can color this and this, and so I have used how many colors? Only three colors till then.
Yes, sir, it will be 5, sir.
No, we can manage to get four. So okay, let me try.
Sir, 4, sir.
Yeah, yes. So okay, let me directly write 1, 2, 3, 4. This makes enough. This takes time. So just 1 minute. Okay, so this is the graph. Okay, and so take 1, 2, 3, and actually this vertex has degree 4, so you have to use four different colors. So 1, 3, and you can take 2 here, 4 here. Okay, then come to this 3, 2. You can take 1 here and you can take 4 here. Okay, come here. So 1, 4. You can use 3 here, or you want to 2 here. So you can use 2 here, and if this has also 4 vertex. So 1, 2. Let's use 3 here. So see now, we labeled the edges with color 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's fine.
Yes, sir, 4.
Yeah. So we use four colors. So A's chromatic number is 4. And line graph, you know already what we do in line graph. So to get line graph, we convert edges into vertices. So if you name the edges like let's, so let me make it again. So let me call it A B C D E F G H I. Okay. So edge will be vertex A B C D E F G H I. Okay. So A B. So have you done this question, or you are doing for the first time? I don't know. In other batches, we might have done. Okay. So look. So let's see for A. So A is sharing vertex with B, C, D, E. So A is sharing with B, C, D, E. So है ना? So if A has two vertices, so you have to just check A share vertices with which edges, and you have to make the edge in the line graph. And now C for B. So for B, B is sharing vertices with A, C, F, G. So being A, C, F, G. Now look at C. So C is sharing with A, D, E, F, G. Okay, A, B, D, E, F, G. So A, B, D, E, F, G. Now come to D. So D is sharing vertices with A, C, E, H. Okay, A, C, E, H. And now E is sharing vertices with A, C, D, H, I, F. This is F. So E is sharing with A, C, D. Okay, H, I, F. H, I, F. And now come to F. So F is sharing with BCG EHI. So BCG EHI. And G is sharing vertices with BCFI. So BCFI. Not rest all. H. So H is sharing with DEFI. So DEFI. Only I is left. Now that's all I think. I is sharing with HEFG. So already HEFG. Okay, we have already added. So this is the line graph of G. So you can easily find A's chromatic number and you can draw line graph. Similarly, part B is, so graph in part B. Okay, so this is a graph. So tell me, what is the A's chromatic number and what is the line graph? Okay, we have to tell both the things in the graph. Oh, 1 minute. So let me add this is also joined. Yeah, now it is the graph.
So chromatic number 3.
Okay, and then line graph you can draw. Okay, so you can start from this like 1 2 3. Okay, so here you can take 1 and here you can again take 1, you can take here 2, you can take here 3 and you can take here 3 and here you can take 2, right? Okay, that is fine. So and line graph, so corresponding to each edge you will take vertex. So for that, oh, so almost this is a graph. Okay. So same graph, no? Yeah. Now let's name edges. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So A, B, or you can write B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now you know the rule. So check for A vertex, edge A sharing vertices with B, C, D, E. Okay. So A, B, C, D, and E. Check for B. So B is sharing vertices with A, C, F. So A, C, F. Yes.
There will be one more edge, sir. You missed that.
Okay, I missed one more edge.
So that F to G, that edge.
Is it? See, this is graph G and this is line graph. So where you are talking in G or line graph? Check. Is it fine? Corresponding to each edge of graph G, you have to make one vertex in the line graph.
Yes, sir. There are total 9 edges in graph G, but here there are only 8 vertices in line
Oh,
graph.
okay, okay, okay.
Sir,
So,
the FG
oh, yeah, yeah,
edge.
yeah. This I missed, right? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yes. So we have to name each one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, let me call it I. Okay. So I have to put somewhere. Suppose I put I here. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. So now, so okay, for A, age A, you can see age A is sharing vertices with B, C, D, E only. So that is fine. And now come to B. B is sharing vertices with C, F, H. Okay. A, C, F, H. So be saying A, C, F, H. Which is this. And now come to C. So C is sharing vertices with A, B, F, H. Sorry, A, B, F, I. Okay. C, A, B, and F, I. A, B already joined. F, I you have to join. And A is D. So A is D is sharing vertices with A, E, I, G. So A, E, I, G. Fine. Let's come to E. So for the E is sharing with AD, GH. Okay. AD, GH. So E is here. AD, G, and H. Yeah. Come to F. So for F, it is sharing vertices with CIH. The BC, sorry, IH. F, I'm talking about F. So it is BHCI, na? So BCIH. IH, BC already joined.
Also G.
Uh,
No,
no, right?
no.
F, I'm talking, okay. So now come to G. So G is sharing vertices with DEIH, okay? G. So DEIH. So DEIH, IH, and DE already joined. And what we are left with? So come to H. So H is sharing with FB and here GE. FBGE. Okay, already joined. Come to I. So CF or CDFG. CDF. I is sharing with CDFG. So CDFG already joined. So this is the answer, I think. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this was the first question, and it has two part. So in both the part, they asked you to find the age chromatic number and line graph. So next question is 7.1.3, and in this they're asking you determine the age chromatic number of Cn Cartesian product with K2. Okay, Cn means cycle with n vertices, Cartesian product with K2. So can you try? So before solving, you can do some experiments. Suppose you don't know the answer. So you may want to guess, okay, is in terms of n or something. So you may try like cycle starts when n is more than equal to 3. Okay, so you will start with 3. So first you may try for, okay, what is the result for Cn Cartesian product with K2 or C3 Cartesian product with K3. So C3 you already have means, okay, C3, this is, so this is C3 and K2 is this, and so C3 has 3 vertex, K2 has 2 vertex, so C3 will come twice and K2 will come thrice. Okay, so there are many way to form, right? One is like you make this and this, then you join this is a K2, first K2, this you can join the second K2, and this is the third one. Okay, other way you can do like C3 can be formed in this way also. This is C3, this is C3, and you can join it using K2. You are doing Cartesian product, so this K2, K2, this is also same graph. Okay, so main the point is we need to find chi dash. Okay, so we need to find chi dash C3 cross K2. Yeah, so you tell me about this graph. So both are same. Okay, so you can tell me what is the A's chromatic number for this graph.
So 3.
Okay, so this has so like you can take 1, 2, 3, and here you can take again, here you can take 1, and here you can take, why don't you take 1? Okay, so 1 you can take here.
No, sir, no, sir, not 3. Sir, I done a mistake.
Okay, no problem, just try.
Sir, 3 right, sir.
3, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir, 3 right.
So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and here I cannot take 2, 3, so I have to take 1, and here we can take 3 because it is center 1, 2. Here you can take 1, okay, and here we can take 2. Fine. So this has 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you check. So let me 1 means this red. So same color, and our edges with same color are color class. So you can see they are non-incident edges. Color 2 you can see with this white. Okay, and color 3 we can take something new. So this is color 3, 3, and this one. Okay. Yeah, so it is 3. So for C3, Cartesian product with K2 is 3. What if we think of C4 Cartesian product with K2? Okay, C4 Cartesian product with K2. C4 and K2, you know. So if you do Cartesian product, so it will be like this, do in this way. So this is we use, and there are 2 vertices in K2, so I will use C4 twice, and there are 4 vertices in C4, So we'll use a K2 fourth. So this is first K2, second K2, third K2, and fourth K2. So this one is your C4 Cartesian product with K2. Okay. Now tell me chromatic number here.
Sir, 3.
Okay. So again 3, 1. Just take 2. Let's take 3. Okay. So you can take here 2 and you can take here 3 again. You can take here 1, 2, 2. So 3 means this one. Okay. So 3 I'm using this. 1, let's use white. So this is 1. Okay. And 2 I'm using this. 2, 2, 2, and 2. So 1 we can take this, and 1 we can take this. So 3, 3, 3, and 3. Check. So at each vertex you will see that incident edges will have different colors, isn't it? Yeah, so it is 3. So is it coincidence or will it always be 3? So okay, do one more experiment. So what if C5 Cartesian product with K2? So C5 we all know, okay, and K2 we have. So C5 has 5 vertices. So let me make, and okay, so first, second. So you can join first K2, second of K2, third K2, and a fourth one and fifth one, like this. So what do you see? What is the H chromatic number here? And if you notice that Cn Cartesian product with K2, so each vertex will have degree 3 only. Yes, what is the answer? See, 1, 2, 3, suppose. So you can make 2 is this, 2 is this, 2 you can make this, and you can make this 2 also. This is 3, this is 3, and this is 3, and this is 3. Okay, and this is 1, 1, see here. Oh no, we use same color. So if you use 1 here, and so this is 1. Okay, one three one three two. So let me make 2 here. Okay, this is 2. Let me make it 2 also. And take this. Yeah, done. Okay, look. So check at each vertex. Are you looking different color to incident edges? So anywhere, do you see problem anywhere? Yeah, that is right, or something problem you have.
No, sir. 380.
So it is 3. So A's chromatic number is 3. It is 3. So we have done just experiment with 3 graphs. C3 Cartesian product with K2, C4 Cartesian product with K2, and C5 Cartesian product with K2. So we may get intuition that actually chi dash Cn Cartesian product with K2 is always going to 3. But we have to prove it. So you can simply prove it because any cycle you take, it's a C3, C4, C5, C6, all can be labeled with 3 colors. And any cycle, and you also notice that each vertex in Cartesian product has degree 3 only. So okay, let me write. So the lower bound, okay, so we get this result that Cn Cartesian product with K2 will have A's chromatic number 3. Now we have to justify it. Okay, so let's justify that. So the lower bound is given by the maximum. So lower bound given the maximum degree of a vertex. Okay, so you had the result. Okay, so you had result that chi dash g is always getting equal to delta g, and delta is the degree of each vertex. So you are sure that it is more than equal to 3. Okay, so you notice is cn Cartesian product K2, each vertex has degree 3, that's why it is going to be more than equal to 3. So lower bound for this age chromatic number is given a maximum degree of a vertex or maximum degree of graph. And now for the upper bound, so for the upper bound, so for the upper bound, when n is even, so like you can consider case for C4. So when n is even, what do you see? That you can color this C4 using two colors only, है ना? And third color you will use for that K4. So for the upper bound, when n is even, okay, when n is even, color 1 and 2 can be alternate, and can be alternate. So like for C4 you can take like this 1 2 1 2. Okay, if it is 4 6, then again, so when n is even you can take color 1 and 2 alternate along two cycles. And with color 3 appearing on the edge, appearing on the edge between two copies, like edge of, you can say K2. Okay, between, on the edge between that, so between two copies of no Cn. Okay, so if n is even, what you can do on the Cn, you can take alternate colors. So just two color will be enough to level the edges of Cn, and the one between that two copy of Cns, you know, that is what edge of K2, you can level that with third color. So three color is enough. Now for odd, so for n is odd, the color 1 and 2, okay, can alternate in this way, can alternate in this way. But you know, for C5 you see, so when you do alternate like 1 2 1 2, so here you have to take the third color. Okay, no problem. When you join with something, so then you can do that one. So let me write first. So when n is odd, the color 1 and color 2 can alternate in this way, except for, है ना, except for the use of color 3. Okay, or one color 3, है ना. So one is you have to take color 3. and color 3 can, you can say color 3 appears. So color 3 appears on all cross edges except those, so you can write in your own language. Okay, just you did three experiments, so you can notice something. You can write that in your own words. Just I'm writing in your, in my way. You can write in your own way. Just you have to convince them. So how will you draw? Incident to edges. And I think notes will be provided to you by Bhatta sir, so you can ask them for notes. And he has written very well. So on the cycle with color 3. So you can make that combination. Okay, so at one vertex you see there are three incident edges, so you give them different colors and you can do that. So we justified this. So we justified above argument for C3 cross K2, C4 cross K2 and C5 cross K2. So based on your experience and drawing this, you can write in your word, okay. So I think rest problem you can try, and now I will start with next topic. So we have article 7.2, and we have to study here about Hamiltonian graph. So Hamiltonian graph or Hamiltonian cycle. So Hamiltonian cycle we have to see. So you are already familiar with the Eulerian graph, right? So tell me anyone, what is Eulerian graph? How do you define?
So a graph which contains an Eulerian circuit.
Yes. So Eulerian circuit does what? It contains all the edges of the graph, right?
Just yes, sir.
So similar to that, so in Eulerian graph you care about edges, and in Hamiltonian graph we will care about vertices. So this is a similar thing, okay? So we just care about vertices. So let me first do one example to understand this concept. So I'm making a graph, and so look at this. So how many edges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we have 1, 2, join this one. Okay. And now you join this. Okay, you join this, you join this, and you join this. Actually, this is not a good graph. Okay, so just take. Okay, so you can read it like this one. Okay, this I mean. Okay. This we wanted to draw. Okay. Now we join this. Okay. So let me join this. So look at this graph. So again, let me count the vertices. So one, two, three, four, five. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, we have less. Let me count again. So one, two, three, 4, 5. Okay, then 6, 7, 8, sorry, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, but I wanted to make another graph. 1 minute. So I want to make a graph with 20 edges. So increase this. Okay. One minute. So now increase that edge and then join it. Join this, this, this. This is one edge, second, third, fourth. Join this and join this. Yes, this is a graph, and so now it has five more, है ना? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 20 vertices in this graph. So the question to you is, look at this graph. There are 20 vertices. So this graph contains, so this graph contains 20 vertices. Okay. So each vertex designating a city. So question is it possible? So each vertex represents a city. So is it possible to start with one vertex? Start with one vertex. Now you start with any vertex. Is it possible to start with one vertex? Or start from one city, है ना? Start from one city and come back, okay, and come back to the same city by visiting, है ना, or by passing through all other 19 vertex exactly once. Okay, for vertex you tell CT. So question is clear. Look, so this is the graph. So like you can understand, this is a map. Okay, for any one country, or you can any one state, or there are 20 vertices. Each vertex is a CT. So we want to start from one vertex and come back to the same vertex by visiting all the cities, but will not go to one city twice. So is it possible? So you draw a graph, है ना, on your paper. You try it, or you can label the edges. So question is it possible to start from one vertex and come back to the same by visiting all the cities exactly once? Yes or no? Yeah, what do you see? You are not able to decide? So, okay, let me check. So you can start from anywhere. So suppose I start here, okay? So see, I start from here. So can we go like this and go to this? First, let's finish the inner circle. So this, you cannot come back to this where you visited. Now you come. Now you visit this outer circle. Okay, now you can come. No, cannot go there. You can come here, 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 and you can back to this. So you check. We started from this. Let me call it A, B, C, D, E, है ना, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. Okay, and again back to A. So yes, answer for this question is yes, it is possible. So from A to A back, what we have seen, we have a cycle, spanning cycle of this graph. Okay, containing all the vertices. Spanning cycle means, so a cycle containing all the vertices. So actually we were checking this graph is Hamiltonian or not. So from here you might have got the intuition of what we are going to discuss. So we have to discuss Hamiltonian graph. So what is Hamiltonian graph? If you get a Hamiltonian cycle. So what is Hamiltonian cycle? A spanning graph or spanning cycle that contains obviously all the vertices exactly once. So a Hamiltonian graph is a graph. So a Hamiltonian graph is a graph with a spanning, so with a spanning cycle. Okay, so spanning cycle means a cycle containing all the vertices. So a graph which contains spanning cycles. What is spanning cycle? And this spanning cycle is also called Hamiltonian cycle. Okay, this spanning cycle is also called Hamiltonian cycle. So in other word, you can say that is a graph that contains a Hamiltonian cycle is a Hamiltonian graph. Fine. Okay, so if I ask you, tell me. So I'm giving you two examples. So you have K22 and you have K23. So tell me which one is Hamiltonian, which one is not Hamiltonian. So you check and tell me K22 and K23. So K22, K23. So tell me which one is Hamiltonian, which one is not.
So K22 is Hamiltonian and K23 is not Hamiltonian.
Okay. So K22 is, then we can get a spanning cycle. We can take Hamiltonian cycle. So you can take A2, you can come to X, X to go Y, Y to back to A. This can be, so A to X, X to B, and B to Y, and Y to A. So we have a spanning cycle here. In this you can try. So A to, suppose we come X. I'm starting with A to X, X to B, B to Y. Now question is, how will you go to Z from Y? Or if you don't want to come to Y first, so no problem. A to X, X to B, B to Z. Then question is, how will you return to Y then? Directly you cannot return to A. You have to come to Y. So there is no way to come from Z to Y, without repeating any vertex. So that's why you can say, so you get K22 is Hamiltonian graph, but K23 is not Hamiltonian graph. Okay. Now we have to learn three necessary and sufficient condition for Hamiltonian graph. Okay, so we have to learn necessary and sufficient condition for Hamiltonian graph. So we'll start with the necessary condition. So first we'll see necessary condition. So necessary condition means we want to know if graph G is Hamiltonian, then what is the condition? So this condition is called necessary. So whatever we will write here, this is the necessary condition. Okay, and sufficient means what? So sufficient means if this happens, then graph is Hamiltonian. Okay, so necessary condition for Hamiltonian graph I want to know. So graph is Hamiltonian, then what will happen? That is called necessary condition for Hamiltonian. And sufficient condition, if you want to know, like, okay, let me explain then. If you want to know sufficient condition, so means what is the condition? This will say that G is Hamiltonian. So what is that condition? Okay, so that is called sufficient. So this is sufficient. This condition, whatever you write here, that will be the sufficient condition for Hamiltonian. And here it is necessary. है And then both, you say if implies, double implies happens, then we call it if and only if, that is both necessary and sufficient. So first we are looking for necessary condition. So first we are looking for necessary condition. So one thing simply you notice that Kmn is Hamiltonian. So you have seen one example. So Hamiltonian only if necessary m is equal to n. So Kmn is Hamiltonian only if m is equal to n. Or you can say if Kmn is Hamiltonian, then m is equal to n. Okay, so this m is equal to n is the necessary condition for graph Kmn to be Hamiltonian. Okay, so this is a necessary condition. So in general we want to get the solution for, I mean we want to get the necessary condition for all graph. So for that we have one result, and I will write, I will not prove, I will just make you understand. So proposition is, if graph G has a Hamiltonian cycle. So you have given graph G has Hamiltonian cycle, means है ना, graph G is Hamiltonian graph. So if G has Hamiltonian cycle, then for each S, so S is what? For each non-empty set S, and that is a subset of vertex set of G. Okay, that is a subset of vertex set. So S will contain vertices. The graph G minus S, the graph G minus S has at most mod S, cardinality of S or number of elements in S, number of components. So what is saying? Just read it once again. If graph G has Hamiltonian cycle, then, so then whatever I'm writing after then, that is a necessary condition. So for each non-empty set S, so S is non-empty, will contain at least one vertex and subset of vertex set. The graph G minus S has at most, so G minus S means you will remove those vertices from the graph which are in S, and then the remaining part of the graph will have at most modest components. So modest is the cardinality of set S, a number of element in S. So in short, if I write as a summary, so that is G is Hamiltonian. This implies, okay, Hamiltonian, then this implies number of components in G minus S will be less than equal to mod S. What is said? It said at most modest component. So at most means ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा है ना. So maximum. So that will be less than equal to this. So you know there is no double implies here. So just understand this statement. There is no this here, na, double implies. There is just one way. One way means if you are sure it is Hamiltonian, then this will hold. If you are sure that graph is Hamiltonian, then you can say this will hold. But if this holds, doesn't guarantee of being this Hamiltonian, because this is not if and only if case. Okay. So what I'm saying, if you see number of component in G minus S, this is less than equal to mod X, will not guarantee for G to be Hamiltonian, because this is necessary, not sufficient. This is not sufficient condition, this is necessary. But this result is sufficient when you want to check that graph is not Hamiltonian. Okay, so what I'm saying, see, if it is Hamiltonian, then this holds. if the right side doesn't hold, then left side will not hold. So this is called the contrapositive statement. And every statement, so like P implies Q is one statement. So the contrapositive statement is actually, contrapositive statement is not Q implies not P, and both are equivalent. Okay, so this P implies Q equivalent to not Q implies not P. So that's what if I write this statement again, so we have G is Hamiltonian. This implies the number of component in graph G minus S will be less than equal to mod S. And I want to write the contrapositive of this. So that is, in other word, if I write, if this doesn't hold, means number of component in G minus S less than equal to mod S. This doesn't hold. Doesn't hold means this will be more. Number of component is more than mod S. Then you can surely say G is not Hamiltonian. So especially this result will hold a lot. This will help you a lot. Now, because if you want to check it is Hamiltonian or not, so if this happened, means you are sure it is not Hamiltonian. But if this happened, you cannot say anything. You cannot say anything. So I will give you one example. Okay, so let me give you one example. So I have, okay, yeah, and okay, look at this graph. And if I ask you, so is this graph Hamiltonian? So let me call it a graph this. Is this graph a Hamiltonian graph? So how will you check? You may try to find a Hamiltonian cycle, but you can do that. Yeah, so you will not get a Hamiltonian cycle. So like, anyway, so I would like to, you can do that. Okay, you can try to find the Hamiltonian cycle. If you are not getting, then it is not. But I want to use this result. Okay, so what is there to say? So first let us consider set S. So let me call it vertex V1, let me call it vertex V2. So S contains two vertex, V1 and V2. So now you imagine graph G minus S. G minus S means you remove these two vertex. So you remove this vertex, you remove this vertex. Tell me. So how many component you see for G minus S?
3.
Three component. So you have three component for G minus S has three component. Means number of component in G minus set we get 3. What is the cardinality of set S? 2. So what do you notice here? Number of component in G minus S is more than cardinality of S, and we had the result. So if this holds, then it is not Hamiltonian. So this result guarantees that, therefore the graph G is not Hamiltonian for sure. And suppose if it happened like this, suppose if you get like this, then you cannot say anything, then you have to check by other way. So let me give you one more example so you get this. Now other example is, so any doubt in this, you can, anyone like to ask, please see. So you will have given graph and they will ask you whether it is Hamiltonian or not. So I tried to use this result. So I took S as V1, V2, and then we see G minus S has three component and the cardinality of set S is 2. So according to result, if number of component in G minus S is more than cardinality of S, then G is not Hamiltonian. Now, one more example you see. So, okay, so this is K4 now, and I'm making this, I'm making this. So how many vertices it has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The question is this graph Hamiltonian? So is this graph Hamiltonian? So how will you decide? Would you like to try by Hamiltonian cycle? So you can do that, but I want to use the result. है ना? So according to result, so let me take set S here as, let's name the vertex V1, V2, V3, and V4, V5, V6, and call it V7 inside. So I want to take as V4, V5, and V6. Okay. So now you tell me, graph G minus S will have how many component? You remove S from graph G. So G minus S has how many components? So you will remove V4, you will remove V5, you will remove V6. Now you see how many components you see. Yeah, what are you thinking?
One.
It's just one.
One.
It is connected graph, that's why it is one. So just one component you have. So this has one component. Graph has G minus S has one component. So what I'm saying, the number of component in G minus S is 1, but cardinality of set S we took 3. So what do you see here? G minus S is less than equal to mod S. Now, so this was necessary, not sufficient. So nothing can be concluded. Nothing can be concluded. Means you cannot surely say it is Hamiltonian or not. So this result fails here. So that this will help you only if this this doesn't hold, then it is not. If holds, then nothing happens. This is necessary, not sufficient. So necessary means if Hamiltonian, then it is must hold. But if it holds, doesn't mean it is Hamiltonian because this is not necessary. So now, okay, now you will check directly. So let's use the definition. Definition says graph is Hamiltonian if you have Hamiltonian cycle. So see, can we have Hamiltonian cycle? So let's try. Okay, so let me start with the V1. Okay, so where you want to go after V1? Okay, let's come to V2.
V4.
Anywhere we can go. Okay, no problem. Okay, you tell me. So let's start with V1 to V4. Yes. Now where you want to go? From V4?
V3.
V4 to V3.
V3.
V3. How can okay, V3?
V.
So you
V7.
have to cross this V7 because V3 is joined with V4, right? So you come here, no problem. You have to cross V. You have passed through V7 also. Yeah. Now, or you want to go till V7 only? So So you can go, you can think. So after, yeah, so after V7, where you want to go? Tell me V4 to V7. Then anywhere you go, you can go to V5,
V2.
okay, V2, V2, okay, no problem. Let's go to V2. So from V7, let's go to V2. Now,
V3.
V3.
V3. Now, how will you go to V6 now without repeating V7? So, do you have any way to go V6 without repeating V7? You have to repeat V7. So, all edges which has degree 2, like V4, V5, V6. So that will create problem. Okay, so after this you may go to like V5, then you have to be back to V7 to go V6. And how will you return to V1 without repeating vertex? So means simple is this graph. So we can notice that this graph does not have Hamiltonian cycle or spanning cycle. That's why we say that, or we conclude that this graph G is not Hamiltonian. Fine, G. So, so this was the necessary condition. Okay, one more result I will tell you, that is sufficient. So we'll be back to the sufficient condition. So what is sufficient condition for Hamiltonian? Okay. So next result, this is very important result. So next theorem I have, and this will give us sufficient condition. Sufficient condition for Hamiltonian. Okay, graph. So what is the theorem? Theorem says if graph G is a simple graph, okay? So if graph G is a simple graph with at least three vertices, okay? So G is a simple graph with at least three vertices, and delta of G is more than equal to n by 2. So n is the number of vertices. Then see, so I'm writing this condition. If this condition holds, then graph G is a Hamiltonian graph. Okay, where what is the meaning of delta G? Small delta G.
Minimum degree of
Yes. So it is minimum degree. It's the minimum degree of graph or minimum degree of a vertex. Okay, and n, order of graph or number of vertices. So in summary, if I write, that is, we get that if first condition is like the graph should have more than equal to three vertices, okay, and it should be simple graph. So simple graph with at least three vertex. Then if this condition holds, delta G is more than equal to n by 2, then this guarantees that G is a Hamiltonian graph. So means this is the sufficient condition. If this holds, then this is sufficient for being Hamiltonian. Okay, this is sufficient again, not necessary, right? So if this holds, then it is Hamiltonian. So let's take for one example. So like, why don't you check K33? So for example, K33, you have seen the result that K33 is Hamiltonian, because you have we have written a result Kmn is Hamiltonian, then m is equal to n. So what do you know about K33? First you check K33 is Hamiltonian or not. Okay, let's do by this. uh, or K44 है ना, you can check with anyone. So let's check K44 or K33 है ना, anyone can check. So let's make 4 vertices here. Okay, so tell me what is delta G in this K4? K44 is RG. Okay, so what is delta G and what is N?
Delta digit 2.
Why 2? Each vertex has degree 4, I think, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what is
Also,
N? 8 number of vertices. Now we check whether this holds. So delta G is 4, so what is n by 2? N by 2 is 4. So you check that, okay, delta G is going to be more than equal to n by 2. And equality holds, so it is obviously more than equal to, you can write. So at least either more or equal. So equality holds, that is good. So this says that K44 is a Hamiltonian. Okay, so you don't have to make the Hamiltonian cycle. This is sufficient condition. So if this holds, then it is Hamiltonian. Same thing can be done to the earlier graphs. Okay, so check this example. So one example I'm writing. Okay. Now you join it all. Okay. So how many vertices you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? That's all. Okay, so question is this graph Hamiltonian? So you have the definition that if you get the spanning cycle, then it is a Hamiltonian. Second way, you have necessary condition. Third, you have sufficient condition. So you can try by any way. So you decide in your own way and tell me, is it Hamiltonian or not?
Sir, it is not Hamiltonian.
Okay, not Hamiltonian. So which way you used? How you decided?
Sufficient conditions. Delta G greater than n by 2. That one.
So that can say you it is Hamiltonian. That cannot say you it is not Hamiltonian because that is sufficient, not necessary. So let me explain it again. This result will never tell you about graph is not Hamiltonian. This will tell you only it is Hamiltonian. So try to understand. So you might have checked this, and if this doesn't hold, then you can say nothing. Let me say you again. Uh, so see, this is sufficient condition, not necessary. Means delta G is more than n by 2, then you are sure G is Hamiltonian. Okay, but if this doesn't hold, this is not more than equal to n by 2, means this is less than n by 2, then you can say nothing. Why? Just this is the something logics. Okay, because this was sufficient, not necessary. So if it does not hold first one, then you can say nothing, then you have to try other way, because this is sufficient, not necessary. So only if this holds, then you can sell something. If this doesn't hold, then you can say nothing. So I would like to repeat the first one. So this was our second. The first one was, try to see. That was if if G is Hamiltonian, then the condition was that number of components in G minus S will be less than equal to mod S. So I write it like, if you say G is not Hamiltonian, then you can nothing comment about this. Then you cannot say anything about this result. So if Hamiltonian, then this hold. If not Hamiltonian, then you cannot say about anything about this inequality. This is one way, okay? So this is just one way. But yes, if right side doesn't hold, I'm writing contrapositive statement. So you have to just think alone, and then you just keep your mind calm and then try to understand the logics. Just everything is a role of this implies. So I'm sure you all know the difference between these two. Okay. So if this happens double implies, or if and only if, then you don't have any problem. Left side hold, right side hold. Left side doesn't hold, right side doesn't hold. Right side doesn't hold, left side doesn't hold. Or right side hold, then left side hold. In this case, double implies. But if it is implies, then you have to play safe. And you might do mistake. And I'm not talking about this statement only. Anywhere in mathematics. Only if then is there, then you can only talk about if then. Not if, then you cannot say anything. Okay, so G is not Hamiltonian, then you cannot say anything. So no comment you can do. So nothing conclusion you can make. Nothing conclusion can be made. But yes, if right side doesn't hold, that is a contrapositive. So C of G minus S is more than mod S. Then you can surely say graph G is not Hamiltonian. And we can write contrapositive here also. So here if I write contrapositive for second result, C. So if left side holds, then right side holds. If right side doesn't hold, so I will write if right side doesn't hold, means G is not Hamiltonian. So you know that G is not Hamiltonian. Then you can comment, okay, then this will not hold for sure. Delta G will be more than n by 2. Oh, sorry, you change the inequality, hai na? Matlab this will not hold means this will not hold. If right side doesn't hold, then left side will not hold, and the equivalent statement will be this is less than. So this is fine. This statement and this statement are equivalent, like this statement and this statement are equivalent. Okay, so if this holds, then you cannot say graph is not Hamiltonian. Try to understand. Left side implies right side. Right side will not imply left side. Right side implies left side only if it is if and only if. Otherwise, you cannot say right side will imply left side. Okay, so now you try. Yeah. Anyone got to the conclusion of that example?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in this case, the first statement it is the first case statement it is true, sir. It satisfies.
Okay. Again, if you want to say that this holds, g minus s
Yes,
less
sir.
than
Yes, sir.
equal to
This one
mod s.
it holds.
Then still you cannot say anything because that is here. Look, I'm written here. So if this holds, then you can guarantee something. But if that holds, then you can say nothing. Like if you have this g minus s less than equal to mod s, then you can say nothing. You can say nothing. So you might be getting this stuff. What is happening? This is just one way situation. That's why it is happening. So that is it. First one will guarantee for not Hamiltonian. Second one will guarantee for Hamiltonian. So if it is Hamiltonian, then right side will hold. If right side holds, then you can say nothing. So if this holds, then you can say nothing. So what you can do? Either you try to do this. If this situation happens, C G minus S is more than mod S, then you can surely say it is not Hamiltonian. Or you try to do this. If delta Z more than equal to n by 2, then you can say it is Hamiltonian. You have only two way. So let me write explicitly. You have only way this. First way is if you can prove that the number of component in graph minus s, this is more than mod s, then you surely say that graph G is not Hamiltonian. So you have this to say not Hamiltonian. And second one, if delta G is more than equal to n by 2, then you can surely say that it is Hamiltonian. So you check which one holds. If opposite happens, then you can say nothing. Then you can say G is Hamiltonian. Okay. So you check this. This holds, you will say no. This holds, you will say no. So if this doesn't hold, then you cannot say anything about right side, because if left side holds, then you guarantee about right side. If left side doesn't hold, you can say nothing. If left side doesn't hold, you can say nothing. So you have the third way definition. So first one was necessary condition, second one was sufficient. Okay, so let me do this. So number of vertex, what is the number of vertex? Yeah, what is the number of vertex? I have counted, I think. Everyone forgot.
16, sir.
So 16 is number of vertices. What is delta of G? So minimum degree of a vertex.
3.
It is 3. So delta we have to care about n by 2, that is 8. So question is, was if delta G is more than equal to n by 2. So 3 is more than equal to 8? No. So you have no conclusion. Okay. So you have no conclusion. Because this theorem failed. This theorem failed. You cannot say. If this doesn't hold, you have nothing. If this holds, then you have that this Hamiltonian. Now come to that. And now S you decide according to your own. You can decide by your own. It's your choice. So which vertices you want to remove, and then you can decide by your own. Okay, so it's up to you. Anything you can take. Suppose you take V1 here, huh? Any one whatever you want to take. and a v2 you can take something, and you can take v3, you can take v4, suppose. So I remove this 4 vertex. Okay, so see, yes, I take, you can take other also. Yes, I take v1, v2, v3, v4. So cardinality of s is 4. And now imagine g minus s. So you remove these 4 vertices from the graph, and now imagine about the graph. So how many component you see? So
One component.
only one. Okay, let me show you. So if I remove this vertex, 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 okay. So what do you see? They are connected. Connected means just one component. Okay. Okay. So G minus S. So G minus S has one component. Means, so component in G minus S is 1. And what is mod is this? So we had that if C of G minus S is less than mod S. Okay, if I'm writing, then you can surely say G is not Hamiltonian. Okay, that was the result. If it is more than mod S, then you can surely say it is not Hamiltonian. So look, C of G minus S is less than mod S, then it is, but it is that one is, look here. So what is the value of C of G minus S?
1.
1. And 1 is less than, what is mod S? 4. This holds. So this was the not the first one I'm using. First result. So first result I used. If this doesn't hold, then it is. So you can surely say this is not Hamiltonian. So if anyone done this, then you are right. We have third way also. So first you can check this. So this is sufficient for Hamiltonian, and that result C of G minus S less than more than equal to mod S. 1 minute. So what was the result actually? So first result was,
So they have written opposite, sir.
oh, I think,
Since it
yeah,
should
yeah.
be Hamiltonian.
Yeah, see. So here it is less than equal to, right? So I want to write more than, so I have to write more than. So I have written wrong. So I have to write here more than, na? It was less than equal to already. So more than equal to. Not equal to. Yeah, this is more than. So if C of G minus S is more than, so what I have written here? Here also wrong. Yeah, it is more than. Okay, so I have written. So if it's more than S, okay, then you can do that. Look this first one. So one is more than this. No. So I was doing mistake here. This is more. No. So again I'm saying, if this doesn't hold, then you can nothing say about this. If this holds, then you can say this is one way thing. So if left side hold only, then you can say about right side. If left doesn't hold, then you can nothing say about right side. So that's what this also fails. So these both result failed here. So you have only way now. So what is the only way? Definition says what? A graph is Hamiltonian graph if it has Hamiltonian cycle. So we'll try to now make Hamiltonian cycle. So let's start from here. Okay, so let's go there, and let's go there, come here, now come here. Oh, sorry, so I left one vertex in that one. So here, so I started here, this, this, Okay, okay, no problem. Let's go this. So you come here and come here. Now, what we can do? We can go here and I have to back at this where we started. How will we back? Okay, let's store this, this, this. Okay, one minute, I have to do again. So I have done something. So we have to try, can we make Hamiltonian cycle? Okay, so once more, let me try. So somewhere, so now we'll try to get Hamiltonian cycle. If you can get, then it is. So answer for this is, yes, it is Hamiltonian. So we can get one. So let me first level the vertices, then it will be fine. So remove this. So I was trying to explain you how will you use the result. Okay. Now, if both result fails, then you can do the. So let me first name the. So let's level vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 9, 10, 10. Let's make this 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, that's all. Now I wanted to make the Hamiltonian cycle, a spanning cycle, right? So start with 1. So 1, go to 2. So 1 to 2, 2 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 4. Okay, and 4 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 13. And we don't have to repeat any vertex. That's why we have to think that way. 13 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 14, and 14 to 16, 16 to 8, 8 to 7, 7 to 15, 15 to 9. We have to back to 1. So we are back to 1. Look. So we have not repeated any vertex. So Hana, we have to reach 9 and then we have to 1. So look again. 1 to 2, okay. So 1 to 2, 2 to 10, 10 to this 12, 12 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 13, 15, 6, 14, 16, then 8, 7, 15, 9, 1. Fine. So what do we get? So can I write this? So 1, 2, 10, 12, 4. Okay. After 4, you have 3, 12 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 13, and 13 to 5, 5 to 6, then 6 to 14, 14 to 16, 16 to 8, 8 to 7, 7 to 15, and 15 to 9, and 9 to 1. So this is okay Hamiltonian cycle. So since now you can decide, since this graph has a Hamiltonian cycle, therefore it is Hamiltonian graph. So now tell me, do you have any doubt in this question? So I tried to use all the three results. First, the necessary condition, second, sufficient, and third was just definition. So definition worked here. So you might think, okay, why don't we start with definition? You can do that, no problem. And you can start with that. So do you have any doubt in this question? Yes or no? अरे बोलो भाई, हाँ या ना? कुछ डाउट है तो बताओ, नहीं है तो नहीं है.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
चलो अगला क्वेश्चन देखो. सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, give example of a graph. So give example of a graph that is, so first part is Eulerian but not Hamiltonian, huh? Not Hamiltonian. So tell me, do you have an example you think of? Tell me one graph that is Eulerian but not Hamiltonian. Yeah, so you might think first of not Hamiltonian, then Eulerian. So you have one result, like if you take U24, what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, so 2, 4 is not going to be Hamilton because K N N is only Hamiltonian. This, and this. So again, this is not Hamiltonian. So either you can prove that there is no cycle, or other way we have result. So we had result that first one result was, if number of component in G minus S is more than mod S, then G is not Hamiltonian, है ना? Hamiltonian. So you can think of this. So S you can select any one. So which one you want? So let me name A, B, X, Y, Z, W. So S we take A comma B. Okay. So tell me, what can you say about G minus S? How many component it has? G minus S. You remove A, you remove B. So how many component you have?
4.
4. Fine. No, so this cannot be done on notebook. So your notebook you cannot remove that. I can do that. But you have to imagine, right? So if you remove, you have 4 component, and that is more than mod S. Mod S, that is 2. So that's what this was the result. Now we gain from the necessary for Hamiltonian. So therefore G is not Hamiltonian. Yeah. So how will you prove Eulerian? So what is the sufficient condition for Eulerian?
All the vertices of event degree.
Correct. So you see, degree of A is 4, B is 4, X is 2, Y is 2, Z is 2, W is 2. So since all vertices have even degree, and this implies your graph G is Eulerian. Okay. So K24 is an example of a graph that is Eulerian but not Hamiltonian. And second part of the same question is, tell me one example that is, okay, so that is Hamiltonian but not Eulerian. Yeah. So tell me one example that is Hamiltonian but not Eulerian.
Sir, K33.
K33, okay, we can check. So K33, okay, yeah. So K33, you know that this is Hamiltonian. Yes, K33 is Hamiltonian, and so you want to prove Hamiltonian, so you can use this result. So you had this delta Z is more than n by 2, more than equal to, then it is J is Hamiltonian. So this is for proving Hamiltonian, and the first one was for prove not Hamiltonian. If you want to prove Hamiltonian, use this. If you want to prove not Hamiltonian, then you use this. You want to prove not Hamiltonian, then you use this. You want to prove Hamiltonian, then you use this. And if both fails, then you back to the definition. So you try to search path, or cycle, actually spanning cycle. So you can simply say that delta Z is 3 more than equal to 6 by 2, 3. That's why J is Hamiltonian. So tell me, it is Eulerian or not?
Not Eulerian.
Okay.
Got it.
So this is not Eulerian. So how guys, how will you prove this? Not Eulerian?
What is the odd degree, sir?
Okay. So you can write because degree of, like any one vertex you can select, all has odd degree. Are all odd. So that's why it is not Eulerian. Okay. So you want to try one more? So we have already used time. Yes. Do you want to try one more example, or we should finish the class?
Finish, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think that's all, and thank you everyone. So you can share the feedback with Vatta sir, so he can share to me, so that this was the first time I was teaching to this course. Actually, even I have not studied this course earlier, but I tried. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.